As a longtime fan and player of Destiny 1 and 2, the series has its ups and downs. I remember back in 2014 when Destiny 1 first dropped and I first played it on my original PlayStation 4. The game at the time had heavy criticism for its lack of content, mediocre campaign, and repetitive game loop. Of course, over time, Destiny received DLC after DLC, which transformed the game from something considered mediocre to a solid game. However, there was a catch. Each new DLC will cost money and access new parts of the game. These DLCs will create paywalls, meaning that if players wanted to access new content for Destiny 1, they would need to pay for it. That meant if you wanted to play that new raid, activity, or playlist, you'll still need to drop some cash. Although today in Destiny 2, some activities are still able to be played for free, you'll still need to pay for some DLCs. So the question you've been waiting for is Destiny 2 worth buying today? Yes and no. Destiny 2 has a ton of content. The list in total is 5 raids, the new Witch Queen DLC, the upcoming DLC Nightfalls, 15 strikes including Nightfalls, 4 dungeons, Crucible and its mini game modes, Gambit, and the free seasonal content every few months. This game is obviously filled with content to keep you grinding for hours, as god rolls, exotics, and activity-specific loot can keep you coming back for more. Of course, this isn't without mentioning the prices of each DLC. To access everything relevant, this is what you need to buy. Witch Queen Deluxe for $80, Destiny 2 Legacy Edition for $60, and the Bungie 30th Anniversary Pack for $25. In total, this price point will come out to $165.
Where's the rest? The money, Skylar, where is the rest?
Which is crazy. Thankfully, the base game is free, but sadly, in order to actually get all the cool stuff, you're gonna have to pay. The reason why I included the Witch Queen Deluxe is because it includes the annual season pass, which without would be additional costs per season, so every few months. Also, make sure to stick to one platform because you won't be able to transfer the DLCs to a new platform with your characters. So I know this all sounds negative, but honestly, the game isn't all that bad. Besides from the paywall, the game is very well rounded. Each week you have something to do, due to the game's playlist resetting every Tuesday. This means you could run a new Nightfall with new challenges, play different Crucible game modes, or do a new challenge for a raid. Not only that, but monthly Crucible game modes such as Trials of Osiris or Iron Banner are made available for game mode exclusive loot. What I'm saying is that the game has a nice gameplay loop that gets improved upon each update, which is great. Destiny 2 certainly keeps me coming back to play, and I'm glad Bungie takes the time to reduce quality content. It certainly has improved since the days of Destiny 1. So with all that information, Destiny 2 may or may not be the best game to spend all that money on. Yes, the game has great expansions and content, but overall, the price point will seriously deter new people from playing the game. I happen to be a long-time player, so the costs are spaced out evenly, but I can't imagine someone having to pay $165 just to play a full game. The bottom line is that if you want to play Destiny 2 and everything it has to offer, just wait for the game to go on sale.
But wait! There's more!
To talk about raids, which is the first thing I'll be talking about, which new people should actually get into. Raids are a 6-man activity, which require you and your fire team to go through multiple bosses and or trials in order to beat the final boss of the whole raid. Raids are a ton of fun. They by far can give some of the best loot in the game for sure. You can meet a lot of new people, but most raids really do differ in difficulty. I would say King's Fall is a nice medium difficulty raid, while the more higher end ones are like Garden of Salvation, which have more finicky controls and gimmicks that the team needs to understand, while King's Fall is relatively simple with you just standing on plates. The other thing about raids is that they can be difficult depending on your group for sure. So when you're finding a new group, when you're in those LFGs or looking for a fire team, I really recommend finding somebody who's going to be chill enough to let you hang around and they'll teach you the ropes. The next thing I'll be talking about is Crucible, which is your standard player versus player mode. If you played Call of Duty, then this is right up your alley. You'll probably have fun with this. In my opinion, the mode is fun, but it's hard to master. It's like Titanfall 2, where the learning curve is pretty steep, but anyways, it's fun, so who really cares about getting good anyways? The game mode benefits off the gear that you have, although it may not be level capped or whatever, in some of them, of course. The guns that you can use will seriously change the game entirely. If you have an exotic gun, that you're probably gonna go off or something. It has a handful of fun game modes. You have your dominations, your free-for-alls, and then your sweaty modes like your 3v3s, like search and destroy kind of mode. But it's all pretty fun, easy to get into. Honestly, it's kind of the mode that you play in the background if you don't want anything to do. Strikes, of course. The last game mode I'll be talking about is Strikes and Nightfalls. Strikes are a 3-man mission where it's about 15 or 20 minutes where you kind of go through a level and then at the end you usually kill the boss. Nightfalls, however, are the much harder versions of those strikes and they usually give better loot. This is the stuff you do at the end game or kind of mid game area, so where you're a much higher level at the beginning, but getting here won't take you that long. Nightfalls are a very good way to get great loot as well as exotics, so I really recommend doing them. This is the stuff where if you really hate Crucible, then come do Nightfalls the whole time. You'll just be like me. Although they are very hard, such as the Master and the Grandmaster versions of Nightfalls, which are like the very difficult stuff, they will give you the best loot possible, apart from Grandmaster raids or Trials of Osiris or the Iron Banner. All that stuff, I really recommend doing these, and yeah.
So with all that being said, what are your thoughts on Destiny 2? Would you want to buy it or wait for a sale? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and goodbye.